Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Those of you that are returning and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody's having a really good day, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you get to watching this reading. Please know that my readings are timeless. And I suggest you watch all of the readings on both platforms. I have another platform that's called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle that has a bunch of readings that you guys can access over there as well. Each reading is going to hold an Easter egg of knowledge for you, okay? All right, so make sure that you guys like this video, that you tap the notification bell, that you are subscribed. If any of you have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat. And I will pause the collective reading and I will answer your question, okay? So $20 super chat per question. Also, and thank you to everybody that's donated. Welcome in, Fashionista. Let's see. Oh, also in the description box, there's going to be a link to 2 different books, okay? The first book, which I suggest that you guys get, for those of you that are wanting to spiritually advance your journey here and access your God consciousness state, you're going to want to get The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN, okay? That is the first book that you're going to see. Actually, it might be the second book that you're going to see listed in the description box. The first book is Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, and it's a book that I've written that has different tarot card spreads for the major arcana cards, and all you need is the original Rider-Waite tarot deck to use that book. And yeah, it'll help you integrate the major arcana cards, help you learn about the tarot, and help you to read for yourself. Because I'm one that I don't really pull cards for myself, so I know how difficult it can be without an actual guide, like a written guide to read cards for yourself, because there's always what you want it to be and then what it actually is, okay? So for those of you that are wanting to develop your intuition, I suggest that you get The Truth of God. It's got the mind technique, which helps you get rid of thoughts and beliefs that are no longer serving you. It's got the God technique that helps you enter into the God consciousness state so that you are looking out through the eyes of Source and seeing things from a bigger picture. And then it's got the joy versus anger technique, which is going to help you ask yes and no questions and get an immediate answer back. Okay. Similar to muscle testing, how muscle testing works. Okay, so I hope everybody's having a good day. We're going to start off with a prayer. We're calling upon the Most High God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters, and we're asking that they come be with us now. We're asking that the archangels and our spiritual team of highest light and resonance put a protective shield around us, blocking out all negativity or anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest knowledge, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, I would just like to say thank you, God, for all that you've done. Thank you for the gifts and abilities. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for the success, for the love, and for my collective. And thank you for creating miracles and healing the sick. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. And all glory, honor, and worship and praise goes to you, Most High. Amen. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. This contract also includes not attacking my collective or bullying anybody in the chat. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to see what we've got here. I basically got that good news is here. Somebody is leveling up. My collective is getting ready to level up yet again. And today is kind of an interesting day. What is it? I think it's the 6th of January. So we're going to see what comes through. Page of Cups, interesting. Okay, so while you're getting ready to level up, there's somebody else that's getting ready to level down, if you could say it that way. I mean, it's like literally You know, in the Bible where it says the last will be first and the first will be last, that's what's happening here. There is somebody that's extremely materialistic. This person, they could be a water sign, but they don't have to be. Okay, this person, you're dealing with somebody that thinks that they are the best thing since sliced bread. Okay, they believe that what they can do with their art, with whatever they're doing with art or fashion, they believe that it's better than what you guys can create, and they're not only like betting against you that you're not going to make it through something, but they've also tried to put hurdles in your guys' way. I'm also getting that this little Page of Cups, little very youngin person here, they're not a very stable person. This person throws a lot of fits. They could be diagnosed with something. Again, what does that have to do with you? I mean, you're just getting this information because you have somebody that is trying to tamper with your level up. So there could be somebody that is younger that wants to enter your life right now. Just be aware of that. Anybody wanting to come in to help you, you don't need help. And whatever this idea that you have that's very creative, you don't need this person poking around in your business. So where I feel like this person has overstepped a boundary already with trying to steal your level up, I feel like they're about to be put in their place in a major way. This could be spiritually, it could be physically, but this person, they're wanting to take an upgrade that's coming to you, and this is not possible. I really wish that these destiny thieves would just give it up already. So you guys need to call your energy and your power back to you, and you need to cancel and rebuke anybody trying to mess with your destiny or your fate at this time. Because there are people, there's at least one person already showing up that wants to play fucking games. They see you being successful and they're like, oh, I gotta figure out how I can take something from that person. I'm also hearing that somebody was wishing sickness on you. Yeah, no. This hangman energies is that water sign. It's that Pisces energy. This person has literally, by trying to do this to you guys, they have sacrificed their own level up. This is why the first will be last and the last will be first. This person also feels entitled, like, to the success that's coming to you, but they don't want to do any of the work. They were trying to control the outcome of a situation that they never had control of. Yeah, this person never had control of this situation. And they were never going to steer your destiny in any type of direction. This person is in the tower, which means they're being kicked out of something. This could be a group that they're getting kicked out of. This younger person could have tried to sacrifice you for money or something stupid, and now they're getting sacrificed. This person who was abusing their power, the reason that this is all coming back on them is because they were operating chaos magic from behind the scenes, trying to send chaos to you. And all that did when you mastered chaos is it sent it right back to this person, and now they're in the tower. So this person feels like every aspect of their life is open to a disaster that could very well happen. Page of Pentacles. This is a group of people that are younger, okay? So go figure. It's always going to be somebody that's really naive that thinks that they can get away with this dumb shit. You're over here in the Wheel of Fortune. That's what just flew out. Literally. Spinning your wheel. It's about to be your turn. You're getting a level up. You guys could be getting an upgrade. And these people that are younger, they want to steal something. They want to take something. They want to take a body of work, or they want to impersonate someone. And they think that they're going to be able to do this because they think what you do is easy. This person, both of these dumbass people, because they are dumbasses, you know. Both of these people are both naive when it comes to what they believe in, and they're also ignorant. They're completely unaware that the reason that things come easily to you is because you're actually talented, for one. And if you created like a book or a list of poems or something, these people were getting ready to like take whatever you've written and try to put it on the internet so people could access it without having to pay for it. These people are in fucking trouble. Like with the universe, they're in big trouble. Like hell hath no fury, like literally somebody that has worked really hard for the success they have. The universe will always make amends, especially when it comes to this type of behavior. These people, I'm getting that this is a group of men, like man children, that want to disempower a woman or a female. A group of younger men, not only that. And these people are about to go to jail, but that's neither here nor there. They're not going to ever be aware of that because they probably won't spend any time looking into their own life. They're looking into yours instead. Hierophant. Like these people are about to be majorly judged. In fact, they're already being judged by a religious institution, a secret society, or a group, or a cult, or a coven. But yeah, I think if these people were thinking about, welcome in, Q Black. I think if these people were really thinking about getting away with whatever this is, you would think that they would think beyond this secret society or whatever, because these people, they don't understand that you're getting a level up because it's your time to. You've done the work. You've contributed to the universe in the way that you were supposed to do, and this is why you're in the Wheel of Fortune. This is why it's your turn. It's your turn because you did the work to be here. It's not like some random, like these people believe that fate and destiny is completely fucking random, and that for you to get to where you're at, it was just fate and destiny. Okay, even if it was fate and destiny, you still had to be in alignment for your assignment to fulfill your destiny. Had you been over here fucking around with these idiots, or even fucking around the way that these people fuck around, you would have fucked around and found out that that's not where you're supposed to be. These people are mistaking their lack of connection to God with you being able to just do something easily. And even if something does come to you easily, you still have to work to attain success. So I don't know why these people really feel like they're just going to block something. These people have literally been trying to attack the chakra system on you guys. And this is, like I said, like, young men. These are young men. This Page of Pentacles, this Page of Cups, these people don't know what they're doing. Not with magic, not with life, not with women, not with anything, not with business. These people are frauds. They don't know what they're doing. Three of Swords. And they're about to be majorly betrayed. Because I'm getting that these young people all sleep with the same group of people. These people are sleeping together. Yeah. And they're very abusive. So they obviously were not raised correctly. I'm also hearing that these people have tried to shut down your spiritual gifts and abilities. There's like some type of bet going around. Like, if I can sacrifice so-and-so in the collective, what can I get? These people are going to get Archangel Michael's boot right up their fucking ass. That's what they're going to get, literally. They're going to get kicked out of the energy. They're going to be cut off from their gifts and abilities. They're going to be left by everybody that they thought loved them. And then they're going to be abandoned in their time of need. And that's literally what these destiny thieves get. One of these people might actually pass away in a car accident. High Priestess. You're still the High Priestess. Okay? These people will never hold a Torah of knowledge within them. I don't care how much shadow work they do. These people do not have what it takes to be you. They do. They just don't. They don't even have what it takes to maintain the success that's coming to you. These people would like gamble it away, prostitute it away, or whatever other fucking nonsense you can do with money to waste it. But yeah, that's literally what these people would do. This is why they're broke. And they want to be rich so bad, but they want to attain wealth through doing spiritual work because they think that it looks easy, or they think they can fake it. I think the world is about to slap these people upside the head. Queen of Swords. You could have cut. I don't think that you guys are directly related to these younger people. I think that you cut off somebody that is directly related to these younger people. And all the group of everybody connected to this person that you cut off wants revenge. Only there is no like actual revenge to get, because you're allowed to walk away from people, places, and things that don't mean you any good. Like, that's acceptable behavior. That's what I would expect you guys to do, being put in a position to where these people are trying to cheat you out of something or copy you. King of Swords. These people are about to be very harshly judged. I'm not joking. Whoever the older people in this cult, coven, secret society, whatever this is, this person is going to bring their sword down on these people's necks. And they're not getting away with this. Whatever they've attempted to do to you with magic, with rituals, with ceremonies, they're not getting away with it. They might want to be mindful about the fact that you are protected. Nine of Pentacles. This is all because you have money and they want to have the same type of money. They want it, but they don't understand what it actually means to be a Nine of Pentacles, somebody that's single, self-sufficient, and able to stand on their own 2 feet. They wouldn't understand that because they haven't been on their own long enough to actually understand what it takes to remain able to stand on your own 2 feet. You have to be a pretty tough cookie. And you use your intuition, which means when these weird-ass motherfuckers come sniffing around your projects, sniffing around for information, you're not going to give them anything that they can use against you. King of Wands. Like, all these people are up under judgment. So let me just ask another question. Is the King of Wands, who is connected to the collective? Is it the King of Wands? Okay. Is it the King of Wands? No, it's not the King of Wands. So something was just trying to lie to me. I could feel it. Like, when I asked and I was like, wait, no, that answer wasn't true. And then I was like, asked again. And I was like, okay. Something was just trying to lie. So these people are trying to lie to cover their ass because they don't want the other people in their group finding out what they tried to do. They're literally trying to lie right now, and they're not going to get away with that either. Eight of Pentacles. This is something that you've worked very hard on. You've worked very, very hard to get to where you're at. Do you think God is going to allow a group of little fucking losers, young ass youngins? And again, these people believe that because they belong to some type of fucked up organization that gives them the authority to do whatever the fuck they want to whoever they want whenever they get ready. And that is not the type of shit the universe is on when it comes to you. This King of Swords is going to tell, I think the King of Wands and the King of Swords are going to come down very harshly on these younger energies, and they're going to kick them out of this group. That's what I think is going to happen here. And these people are going to beg, these younger kids, they're going to beg, they're going to like try to bargain with these older people, but there is no bargaining. This is over. These people could belong to a gang or something like that. But no. I mean, they're going to have to pay some type of reparation. These younger people that fucked up, that got everybody in this Hierophant group all fucked up, they're going to have to pay reparations to these older people that allowed them to gain access to this knowledge that they were abusing. Knight of Swords. Like I just said, they're going to have to pay reparations. And you see how this is all men coming, like, and I really feel like this King of Swords told these fucking young dumbass kids not to play with you guys. Yeah, fuck around and find out facts, literally. I think that this King of Swords told these younger people coming for you, targeting you was not a good idea, and to not do it, to just leave you be. Do not try to sacrifice you. Excuse me. Do not try to sacrifice you. Do not try to abduct you. Do not try to kidnap you. Do not try to do spell work on you. That what this King of Swords said is that person is chosen. Do not do, I repeat, do not do this spell work on them. And they did not listen. They're like, fuck, chosen? What the fuck? Nobody's chosen. That's what these people said. And now they're finding out that there are greater consequences. Not only God and the Holy Spirit are coming down on this person, but literally this Knight of Swords, this King of Wands, and this King of Swords is going to really tie these people up in a pretzel. Because the work that you do is work for God. So who in their right mind, and obviously these people don't have a correct mind, but who in their fucking right mind would ever go fuck with somebody who's doing God's work? Like, you have to be fucked up as hell. You have to be straight demonic and a fucking lazy ass motherfucking loser. I am so sick of these people. They're disgusting. Jesus. And no, it's not, it's like, you know what it is? It's that these younger people have done too much. They did too much. They bullshitted their entire fucking life. Like, these people stole money from the elders. Confirmation with the ice dropping in the thing right there. They stole money from the elders. They ran up people's credit cards. They've been taking advantage of people for too long. They were told specifically to fucking leave you alone. Now that everybody's getting hit with the blowback from this, and you're getting still a level up, you're over here in the Ace of Pentacles, these people are like, fuck, that ritual we did backfired. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's kind of like the point in Practical Magic when the two sisters summon back they bring the boyfriend that was like a psycho murderer back from the dead, right? And the two aunts are like, no, like, whatever y'all did, we don't want no fucking parts of it. We're out. You two deal with this shit. That's what's happening here. Literally. These people are up under judgment. And the people that are the elders in the group, they don't want to be up under judgment. So this is why they're coming down hard on these younger people, because they told them not to do this. These younger people, I am almost certain that this King of Swords person who's very judgmental was like, I know those kids are going to fucking do what we told them not to do. I know that they're going to do. I literally am picking up this King of Swords did some type of thing in the spirit. I don't know what it is, but it's something that goes like this. If these children attempt to do A, B, and C, then I will be notified in this type of way. Like, the broom will drop. The broom will fall on the ground. Or, like, it's something like that. Like, it couldn't be exactly that. But it's something like that. Like, I will be notified in a dream. I will be notified by a guide. I will be notified right away. This King of Swords got the notification. And this person is livid. In fact, I feel like this person has contacted the parents of these younger people and has been like, hey, your child is fucking up. Because these people are adults, but they're very young adults. They're basically infants in the brain still. They're underdeveloped, let's just say that. And so, yeah, it's very dangerous for Freemasons, for witches, warlocks, anybody that fucks around with, magic and the universe and breaks spiritual. It's very, very dangerous for them to accept younger people, even if these are blood descendants of these people that are elders in this secret society. It's very dangerous for them to accept younger people into their ranks and to initiate them and stuff. They're taking on, these elders are taking on part of the responsibility if things go left field, or if things go wrong. Basically, they're taking on what part of the punishment of the responsibility of having bad karma for the next 25 years. That's pretty bad, especially where this King of Swords is already, in their 50s. So that means they're going to be having bad luck and negative experience after negative experience for 25 years. I don't know why they're saying 25 years. Maybe these people are 25 years old. Whatever it is, there's nothing that this King of Swords can do. This King of Swords is like kicking themselves now because they're like, I wish that I would have done something to put something into motion in the spiritual realm to where if these kids tried this, it would immediately have backfired instead of just notified them. Now this King of Swords, who did not care about you from the very beginning, wishes that they would have done something to protect you because they feel like they would escape this 25-year punishment of negative karma, hauntings, and demonic possessions. But they were going to steal 25 years, if not more. These young ass little pieces of shit. We're going to steal 25, if not more, the rest of your life's work, the rest of your life's work of a Wheel of Fortune. They were going to steal everything for the rest of your life. That's what they had planned with this dumbass ritual. This is why I don't feel bad for these people. I feel like literally it's just straight up ignorant to be like this. To think that you can just go do whatever the fuck you want, you know, that's hubris. That's extremely hubris. You are going to remain in the Ace of Pentacles. You are getting an upgrade. These people are getting, they're being put last. These people are going to get kicked out of this group. They're going to lose everything that they had socially going on, because everything that they had socially going on was because they belonged to the Masonic Freemason stuff or the Hermetic Golden Dawn. They're going to get booted out of this group and they're going to be casted away, literally kicked out. Two of Wands, while you're going to be over here watching your ship sail in and having new creative visions and taking actions on those visions that come forward. So you actually have the courage to pursue something that you're passionate about. And these people, they're passionate about stealing from other people. That's what they do. They spiritually steal. So I feel like this was a bad idea. These people were warned and they did this shit anyways. I don't give a fuck what happens to them. Six of Cups. I don't care how young these people are in the brain. They, you know, when you're told no, that something is going to cause a lot of bad things to happen, people need to listen. This is what, like, because nobody whooped their ass when they were younger or whatever. Nobody put them in timeout. Nobody forced these people to listen when they were younger. They don't have the ability to listen as adults. And that is a major problem. It's a problem in the sense that the universe is going to possibly take one of these people's lives away from them. Put them in an accident. I mean, that's a tragedy. When it could be completely avoided by just listening to what the elders and the people that know what they're doing tell you. When somebody says, don't touch that person, they're anointed, the people that are trying to touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm, those people that are trying to do harm to the prophets, they need to be like, oh, hold on. There's a little bit of wisdom there in that saying, touch not mine anointed. Because whether they believed you were anointed or not doesn't fucking matter. You actually are. Doesn't matter what these people think. You actually are. That's the way it shows up in the spiritual realm. So as far as these people going, oh, I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. No, they did know. They just didn't believe it. They knew there was a possibility. Just like if I were to go attack any old person on the street, I would know that there's a possibility that person could be chosen. And if that person is chosen, whatever I fucking do to them is going to come right back on me and smack me the fuck out. And I'm somebody that does not do shit to people because I don't want it done to me. And I pretty much can, for the most part, avoid tragedy by just doing right by people. But, you know, these people were not raised correctly. So it's going to have everybody in this group wishing that they would have never initiated these younger people. Because now it's too late. They already didn't listen to the advice and they did exactly what they were not supposed to do. But God dangled you in front of them like a carrot and waited for these people to act. And now they're going to be in the Nine of Swords, okay, for the upcoming near future. Which means that they can't get out of emotional pain. They're being haunted. They're depressed. guilt and deep regret over something that they've done. Sometimes you have to like look the devil in the face and tell it that it cannot fuck with you. There was a time when I was being gang stalked. I was being basically tortured with noise and sound. I had people banging on the walls 24 hours a day, literally with hammers and shit, hammering nails and voodoo into the fucking walls on the other side of the wall. Okay, there will come a time when you need to just be like, I cancel and rebuke you to somebody's face. You need to tell the devil to its face to go fuck itself. I had police after me and all this shit. And all these people that are now in trouble with God, all they had to do was let me live my life and leave me the fuck alone. This is literally what I'm getting. All these people had to do was let you live your life and leave you alone. That was all they had to do. I mean, literally, that was it. Mind their fucking business. That was it. It's amazing to me how many things, welcome everybody coming into the chat. It's amazing to me how many things how many tragedies could be avoided if people would just mind their own business. Like literally, and the crazy shit that's mind-blowing to me is that you're dealing with people that do not mind their own business, which means their shit is all in chaos. Like they're trying to throw chaos magic at you, but everything that they are about is chaotic. Like these are the types of people that fall under the effects of their own witchcraft because they're stupid. It's crazy to me that people will be like, oh, let me go dabble in this when they know that they are not immortal, that they have a definite weakness to any type of sin. These people are weak to that shit. And it's like, you can cure sin, you can turn away from temptation, but these people never do. They're always thinking about how they can put themselves first before everybody else. And you don't even operate like that. You're thinking about how you can help the world. And this is why your world is peaceful and theirs is not. Ace of Swords, you are protected. This is what this King of Swords, when they looked at your energy, they saw this anointing. They saw this protection over your life. And this is why they told these younger people not to do this. But you know, when you're younger and you think that the elderly people are just saying shit just to say shit, even though that doesn't make sense, why they would just say not to do things. But literally, that's what these younger kids thought. Like, oh, they're just saying not to attack that person because, you know, whatever they made up in their own mind. Not actually looking at why this King of Swords was like, do not pass go. Don't collect no $200. Don't be trying to do no destiny swipes. First of all, any man that's going to try to destiny swipe with another man or another woman is delusional. Okay. That in itself is not even possible. Even if somebody successfully takes your life, they don't get to sit in your throne. They don't get to have your position. You're actually needed. None of these other people, this is what this King of Swords has come to realize over the years, is that people like you who are anointed are actually needed on the face of the earth. These people are not needed. I feel like there's some type of like higher council in the Masons that are making a vote and they're going to vote these people out of the group, which means that not only are these younger people going to lose all the protection that they had with being in this group, but they're going to be left out to be attacked. And they're going to have to give something up of themselves to whatever this dark ass, I want to say a deity, but it's not a deity. Whatever this dark energy is that they work with, they're going to have to sacrifice someone they love. Literally, they're going to have to unalive somebody that they love, or they're going to have to give their own life up. This is why playing in this type of shit is extremely dangerous and it's foolish. You're over here getting justice. The spiritual realm is actually fighting for you. Libra energy. You might want to see where Libra's at in your birth chart. You guys, you can find out what your birth chart is by going to this, typing in Google birth chart, free online birth chart calculator. It will ask you, It will, yeah, for what we live in the same place you were born. Literally, it'll ask you for your birth date, your name, the name that you were born with, and then also the time that you were born and the place that you were born. And then it will calculate where the sun was at, where the moon was at, where every star was at the time of your birth, and what zodiac it was in, so you can see where you started your south node and then where you're heading to your north node. Okay. I suggest that you guys look into that, because these people, you're getting justice for whatever they tried to do to your destiny just recently. Like, I'm getting like that they attempted to do this dumb shit 2 nights ago. Everything from even before they started the ritual was showing that this was going to backfire. And now these people don't want to get out of bed. They feel like their life is over and they're blaming you, but they should be blaming themselves because they were told, they just didn't listen. I mean, you've got to be joking with this shit. People need to take accountability. These people trying to blame you because they didn't listen to the advice that they were told when they were told the real authentic truth, not to fuck with you. They didn't listen to that. That's on them. I don't know why they feel like that's your fault. It's not. You're not going to be punished because you're protected. It's not your fault because you're protected. And this is what this King of Swords knows. That's crazy. Literally, that's crazy. But it's kind of funny, but it's actually sad. This is because you're talented, you guys. You have some type of talent, trait, or ability, and you could be a part of the new age of Aquarius coming into fruition. But you have some type of literal talent that people want to have. This is why they felt like, oh, you would be the perfect person to sacrifice. They also probably were told by this dark being that this was possible. And this dark being is not on anybody's side. I don't know why people listen to this shit. But this is telling you that your dreams for the future are going to come true. Yeah, 3 of Wands. I'm also getting that these young people tried to do some type of weird-ass sex magic in the dream state last night. Okay, you could have had a dream about some weird sex shit. Cancel and rebuke these people. Yeah, like, you already know how to overcome this situation. All you have to do is cleanse your space and like take a spiritual bath. You'll be fine. These people, they'll never get this dark ass shit off of them. And if they so happen to find somebody else to sacrifice, this entity is going to take whoever they sacrifice and them. Okay, so this is why you don't play these types of fucking dangerous. This is like, you know, the movie Saw. This is what I'm being shown. This is like the movie Saw, but in the spiritual realm. Like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The Empress, like I said, you're sitting in divine feminine energy, and know that we take the gender out of tarot. Why do we do that? Because we both have feminine and masculine energy. Make sure you guys like the video. So we have both feminine and masculine energy. If you're a male energy, a masculine, you have a penis and testicles. If you were born that way. Okay? These other men that are super jealous, they see you as an intuitive being. That's for those of you that are men. For those of you that are women, then you're the Empress, obviously. But they see you as an intuitive being, somebody that can put down roots in any type of situation and thrive. And so this is why they decided that, like, maybe you're a softie or something, that they could come for you. That's just for some of you guys. But the other reason that these people thought that they could come for you is because they thought, oh, well, that person, you know, they're a good person. They're not going to get no revenge on me. They really were like, that person's stupid. They're never going to figure out that it was me, random, anonymous individual that they are not aware of. And you don't have to figure out who it is to call your energy back and your power back and cancel and rebuke anybody that's tried to put their hands on your destiny. You don't have to know who it is. In fact, it's probably better for you not to know who it is, because then you're going to be just putting it into the hands of God, which is exactly what these people, what they truly do not want. And even though they don't believe in God like that, doesn't change the fact that God believes in you. God's put its trust and all of its faith in you being able to acknowledge and recognize these situations as they appear, and then move out of the way and just be still and know that I am God. That's all this is about, is you learning how the divine realm operates. These people are going to get their own lesson, but it's you're not here to teach them a lesson. I mean, you are in a bigger picture, but you're not here to like smack them back, right? These people are going to be slapped out by your spiritual team. And this is why they're crying in deep depression, literally in regret, because you guys are chosen. But they were told that from the very beginning. They're also like, wait, that person still showed up to work. They still got out of their apartment. They got out of their condo. They got out of their house, and they still walked to their car. I thought they were supposed to be dead. This magic doesn't work. These people are so lame that they don't even believe in the magic that they do. The moment that they see that what they're doing doesn't work, they go to doubting everything and everyone and talking shit to these elders, telling these elders they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, really disrespectful energy here with these younger people. And they might want to be mindful that this King of Swords could cross this Page of Pentacles and this Page of Cups, could cross their life the fuck up to the point where these people will not know what hit them. They'll be going, what happened? What happened? Yo, quit speaking to the elders like they ain't shit. Like they didn't just live through an entire lifetime and survive it. Like, come the fuck on. This is why I feel like trying to victimize people who are elderly, or people that, and again, I don't think people that are in their 40s or 50s or 60s are elderly. I think if you're like 90s to 100, that would be considered maybe the elderly timeline, or over 100. Even then, these elderly people, do you know why they've survived so long? Because they have an authentic connection to God, and they're wickedly smart. They can outsmart the devil in any type of maneuver. This is why these people are still alive to see another day. This is why they didn't perish back in 1940 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody that was born in 1940 would be really old, but I'm literally getting that. This is what I'm saying. These people, the younger ones, they underestimated the strength of these older people. They also thought that there would never be a day when they get kicked out of this group that they're in, because maybe they're Luciferians, maybe they're Masons, maybe they're whatever, Illuminati people. Like, it's their bloodline that's connected to these groups, okay? And so they're like, we can't get kicked out of it. It's our bloodline. Like, yeah, you actually can get kicked out of it. If these people, like I said, these younger people were told not to do something and they did it anyways. They thought that they knew more than all of these elders that have come together combined. And there are people that are in the Illuminati that are reptilian ass people that are in the government, that are in the, I mean, not as many as there used to be. Okay. The reptilians are much less, but there are these dark magic practitioner people. And I don't think all Freemasonry is black magic, but there is a part of it that does black magic. Or maybe what I'm considering black magic, like sacrificing people to entities, that seems pretty dark as shit to me. Like, that seems like it's black magic. But, you know, it's a tale as old as time. It's just something that's been on repeat since the beginning of human history. Sacrificing people for monetary success, or not to have droughts, or, you know, to have rain or whatever. The Aztecs did it. It's just people were sacrificing their children to Baal. So it is something that it shows up over and over again for a reason. This King of Swords, you know, they're going to have no choice other than to kick these people out of the group. Like, there's already a vote that's taking place. Because the thing is like, for messing with you, it's not just one person or two people that are going down. These younger people, they will go, their fall is inevitable. This is like giving me vibes like, you know how they talk about Lucifer falling from heaven and being hubris and being prideful. This is giving me vibes like Lucifer could have been a teenager or somebody that was really young and just didn't fucking listen, even though I don't believe in that story. As an allegory, I'm seeing it like literally replay itself. These people that are elders and whatever these traditions are, they know how the rules work. It's not just the person that performed the ritual that gets in trouble. It's the person that gave the people who perform the ritual who gets in trouble. So this is why this King of Swords is like really scared, because they know that, well, nothing is going to be happening to you. They already did their investigation into you. They know that nothing's going to be happening to you. The funny thing is that every time you have somebody coming up trying to do something like this, you end up getting a blessing. Welcome in, Red Elephant. You literally end up getting a blessing. The Sun, because you have healed your inner child. You guys have like really, really intelligence. You have a lot of intelligence. You have a lot of good energy here. So what I'm seeing is that you have success and good health on its way, and more of it's coming in. Yeah. These people are in major regret. You know, they may try to contact you. Okay. If they do try to contact you, I don't think that there's not even anything that you could do that could stop these people's bad karma from getting them. Like, you can save these people even if you wanted to, or even if you tried to. So I would not bother with it. If any of these people contact you or try to come play in your face, they're going to be restricted the very second that they try to do that. They will be energetically and physically restricted. 10 of Pentacles, because this is what they were after the entire time. I mean, they're after the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands, but the 6 of Wands hasn't come out yet. But this is what they were after. They wanted your home, your influence, and your importance. These younger people that have not survived anything, who are spoiled little brats, definitely wanted to have your ability to build wealth and to create new things. And they thought that they were better than you. Maybe because their gender or whatever. They thought that maybe because they feel like they're younger. They also thought that they were better than this King of Swords and this King of Wands and this Knight of Swords. So, you know, this is a problem with these younger people. But the bigger problem is that these elderly people, and I'm just going to call them elders because they're like the older people in the secret society. They knew that these younger people were going to be like a liability to them. And so, you know, this is why they set up some type of system so that, okay, if these kids do what I think they're going to do, let me know. And they, you know, all alarms have gone off. I also feel like, you know, that this person's mother, these younger people, their mother or their mothers, because I don't get that they're related. I get that they're related through this secret society. But their mothers are really going to wish in the future, when these children are no longer here, that they would have disciplined these kids. They're going to really have been like, damn, I should have fucking taught them better. Duh. Especially when one of these, because this is the type of energy that these younger kids have. And they're adults, but they're childish. They will go straight to sacrificing their sister or their mother. These people do not like women for some reason. You know, they've got something against women. I also get that this Page energy of Cups was trying to argue, saying that you were not born a woman or not born a man. Like, what in the fuck, people? It's like they were just trying to come up with any old shit to disqualify you from the blessing that God has for you. Welcome in, Tim McKee. But yeah, you can't be disqualified from what God has for you. God's giving it to you, not these people. These people are not the origination of your abilities. These people are not, they don't possess your star. That's funny. 3 of Cups. Yeah, you're still getting a good harvest. People love you. This is your time to shine. This is your time to thrive. This is also your time to meet up with like-minded people, like a soul tribe community, and put the good energy forward. You guys are creating something that's going to be very long lasting. And these people are in deep depression because they see you moving forward unblocked. And they also did not think that you were this strong person. They didn't think that you had the strength within you to close a lion's mouth like that. These people are like, oh, they're just a feminine man, or they're just a feminine woman. They ain't shit. They don't have any strength. This is like when people look at you and then they judge a book by its character and it's completely flawed because they have no idea what you've actually survived. I'm also hearing that some of you guys were born with these abilities, these talents that you have. This is not something you've just acquired randomly, like these people think. They think, well, I mean, I don't think the elderly people think this, but I do feel like the younger people, they believe that you just magically, like this is when believing in magic works to your detriment. When you believe just shit that's not possible. Like I believe in voodoo and stuff like that, but I believe that God is more powerful. And so I think that if you're over in Haiti or Africa or one of the countries where voodoo is really, really like the religion, I think, yes, you could probably get turned into a chicken or a goat or whatever crazy shit. Or you'll come across a mermaid. I really do believe that. But as far as being in America, as these Caucasians from the Caucasus Mountains, these white people that are the same color as that, okay? Yeah, I don't think so, bro. No, I don't see it happening. I don't see no white ass person turning another person into a chicken or being able to do any of the type of shit that's done in these other countries. I just don't see it's possible. And there's a lot of things that are possible with Freemasonry, with manipulating the matrix and money and all that, but this was never going to work. I mean, these people need to know, like, and this is, I guess, trial and error of these younger people getting in trouble, but they need to learn their own strengths and their own weaknesses also. You know what I mean? To know better than this. Like when you see somebody that you're like, why is that person still standing? And you see that person thriving in their environment, still standing, know that that person, there's a reason why they're still standing. And then leave them alone and mind your own business. That's all people needed to do. Now all these people are going to be in the 5 of Pentacles and they're going to be looking to you like, just, can you speak to your God for me and ask him if God will just go easy on me? There is no just, going easy. Like, okay, it's not even God that's doing this. It's the universe and the angels, literally. Some of you guys have more dark beings that take care of you and watch over you than the light ones. And the beings that are of darkness, they have no problem fucking with somebody else's free will that had no problem fucking with yours. Like, this is why when you don't know who protects somebody, don't come for them. You know what I mean? What did I say about the 5 of Pentacles? There it is. These people are crying now because they're getting kicked out of their houses. These people's mothers want them to grow up, And it's funny how people will unconsciously sense the reason that they're all experiencing bad circumstances is because somebody in the group or one of their kids has done something bad. Like these people's mothers, they intuitively they've kicked these kids out in the dead ass set of winter. Like kick these younger people out because these mothers pick up on, oh shit, my child did something they were not supposed to do, because they're just like we receive signs from the universe, how we can watch nature. When something is going to happen to somebody's child, the mother almost always okay, even if they're on the other side of the fucking world, will get a dream, a vision, or see something in nature about it. So these mothers have definitely picked up that their children were involved in something that was not kosher, not in the upright. And this is why all of them are experiencing major loss and debt. It's not just physical debt, but it's spiritual debt. Like they have to pay back. And these people, they don't love their families. They will go straight to sacrificing a loved one. Like this is like what the music industry, like if you're not willing to pay with your own soul, they will fucking ask you to sacrifice somebody else that you know. And like some people are willing to do that, and then what ends up happening to them, they end up becoming famous, and then the industry sends in weird ass people, handlers, to come in and control those people who have already signed on that dotted line their mother's soul, their whoever else the fuck away. They send somebody in to blackmail them and control them, and then that person will end up experiencing, it's like, if you guys know about Wishmaster is a story about a evil jinn that gets released from like a gemstone, and it's trying to go throughout the world to, like, it has to get like 1,001, I think it's 1,001, but I could be wrong. It could be 1,000. But it's like they need to get 1,001 wishes granted so that they can open up a portal to the Jinn realm, and then the world will end. And in each Wishmaster story, the Wishmaster, the Jinn, will be like, "What do you want? What do you want?" And then it'll play on what you say, like what your words are. Like literally, this for example, if somebody's like, "Oh, I want world peace," the Jinn is going to get rid of all of the humans on the planet. Like that's how they fulfill the wish, so that whatever these people desired comes back on them, and in the worst way possible, manifests in a way that they would not want. Okay. And so that's actually what jinns do. So Wishmaster, if you haven't seen it, it's like well, there's multiple movies of it. And so the Jinn in these movies gets very close to actually releasing all of the other Jinn, but something always happens to where it gets trapped again. And so literally these people it's like people that become famous through sacrificing other people, they'll become famous and they'll be the most miserable in their life when they're famous than they've ever been before. Like they could have had a whole childhood that was fine, and because they had this big dream, they were willing to do anything at all costs, and it blows up in their face. Okay. So, and my nose is itching, which means that we're definitely on to something. Maybe this dark energy that these people work with is a jinn. Whatever it is, these humans have to appease this thing. It's not like this thing is like on their side, ready to go to war with them. No, this thing doesn't fucking like any humans, not just these people. Okay, it's not like an archangel that cares about people, cares about God's creation. This energy, this dark energy, and again, it could be a jinn because it's not a deity. I asked, is it a deity? No, it's not a deity. Is it a jinn? It is a jinn. So it is. That's why Wishmaster was coming up in my mind. These people are going to find out what it feels like to be on the bad end of this being that these people have been trying to appease for many years. I mean, literally, I'm getting that, yeah, this entity has caused a lot of havoc in a lot of people's lives. It can turn somebody's life completely upside down. It can take people out of their timeline and put them in a different timeline. So it's kind of like voodoo, but not really. It's like the voodoo of that part of the world, of the Middle East. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. And this jinn, you know why it's not even doing anything to you? Because you're chosen. Even the jinn itself that's going to accept these other sacrifices is not dumb enough to put no hands on you. This is why I feel like these people, all of them are dumb, because they didn't take some type of precaution to like instill fear or some, into these younger people, because this is why Native Americans, when they experience, like they have their own group of like skinwalkers, supernatural creatures, they make well, they just use the stories that already exist, that are real life experiences, and then they tell the stories to their children when their children are young, so that if they're playing in the forest or on the reservation or wherever, and they come across one of these, Yandaloshi skinwalker things, or one of these other things, that they know that these things exist and how their ancestors worked with them, banished them, whatever. So this is why, these children have really fucked things up for everybody, is what I'm literally picking up. I'm also getting that they thought that the evil eye was going to be their ticket to bringing this Wheel of Fortune into their life. I don't know who told them that. The evil eye, it doesn't bring a Wheel of Fortune. It brings energy harvesting, sickness, and death to whoever's channeling it, whoever's the envious person that's doing it, and then to whoever it's being sent to. That's all it does. It's one of the only curses that can actually kill somebody. But when it kills somebody, with the evil eye, has to be sent like for a long time. And usually it causes just major tragedies. This is like probably one of the dumbest storylines that I've come across, because all of this stuff could have been avoided had they just listened to the guidance that came from the people that actually know what they're doing. It's not that this King of Swords is a good person. No, they sacrifice somebody to be where they're at. These people, that's what they do. They sacrifice other people. They step on, my left ear just started ringing so loud. They step on the necks of other people to get where they're at. So these people know who you can sacrifice and who you can't sacrifice. This King of Swords knows that they can get away with sacrificing people who do not have a connection, that literally, are not living right. But you never know where God's favor is. Like, you never know who the ancestors favor. And so this is why it's just very dangerous to do this type of thing. And this is why they only do it once or twice in their life. These younger people, they're like, no, we need more shit. We need more physical items. We need more money. We need more clout. We need more attention. We need to do more sacrifices. That's what they think works. That's not exactly how it works. And even the people that sacrificed to Baal back in the day and nowadays, Baal does not like people. Like, literally, the Baal of Peor that's in the book of Psalms, that entity does not even want human souls. It has no use for us. And so basically, anytime somebody is sacrificing, they get a 7-year period of whatever they ask for, but it's given to them in the worst possible way. So this is why when people say the devil is a liar and the devil will always stab you in the back and cheat you, the devil is known to cheat people out of their own gifts. The funny thing is that the devil does not have the ability to take the blessings that God has for somebody. What it does is it will like siphon or steal while somebody is young. When it sees somebody that's like in their purpose, it will take their blessings and put them on hold. That's all it can do. These people were not aware of that. And the funny thing is that when these people feel like they're getting your blessings, they're really getting the blessings that the devil's keeping away from them. And the devil just gives them a little bit by little bit by little bit, and makes these people do more and more and more sacrifices, more and more shit. This devil genie thing makes them do more and more shit. And this is why this King of Swords knows how this entity works. And so they make a smarter deal, okay? And this King of Swords is not after this fast money, fast cars, fast women, whatever stupid shit like that these younger people are after. They're not about that. At this point, this King of Swords just wants to live without having prostate cancer. That's like literally what I'm picking up on, is they've got a major root chakra issue, because this Jinn is going to keep, since this person decided to sacrifice somebody in their family, this Jinn is going to keep coming back and taking from them continuously, possibly for the rest of their life. They know that. Six of Wands. I told you the Six of Wands would come out. So you're entering into a period of fame. It's funny how people will like give their own mother to the devil, like just to get some clout. Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. This is why everybody's going to turn away from these people. You just have to know that you are protected beyond what anybody could ever do. Literally. Or attempt to do. And, you know, when it comes to the Jinn, that's not something that you guys are fucking around with. Like, you're not conjuring up shit. You're not playing with these spirits. And you're definitely not thinking that you can outsmart these spirits, because the spirits they always have the upper hand advantage. The Emperor. This is Aries energy right here. So, like I said, you've mastered something when it comes to your own emotions, when it comes to your destiny, when it comes to where you're going. You're also not willing to give up your position just because somebody else wants to take it. I feel like you guys have developed a long-lasting, real relationship with the divine realm, and you're not going to give that up for anything, because it took you a lot of having to go through a lot of bullshit with people to get to where you're at, to where people would just let you be. And that's all they had to do, was let you be. Literally, that's all. That's all. These people thought that you were weak, though. They did not anticipate you being the strength card. Ten of Swords. Now these people are going to act like they're the victim. Literally. They're going to act like they're the victim now, when I'm not even joking. I foresee that these people, even after they try to sacrifice their own family members to whatever this entity is, causing people to get cancer, get sick, get in accidents, whatever fucking nonsense, spiritually sacrificing them, they're going to be like, oh, I'm the victim of my own family member's death that I caused. Like, you're joking. These people have got to be fucking joking with this shit. Literally, trouble is on the way for them. I don't know what they can do to get out of it, to be honest. It's kind of sad. All they had to do was listen. That was it. But, you know, it all goes back to what I was saying about these people's mothers, who are literally going, damn, I wish I would have taught my child how to, you know, behave, how to listen, how to be respectful. I wish I would have not went so easy on them. Because now all these people wouldn't be experiencing bad karma had they done their job correctly. What makes them sacrifice to entities? That they want this. They want fame, recognition, reward, success. They want to be praised. They want to be worshipped like their God. And they want the Wheel of Fortune that's yours. And these people also want to be protected the way that you're protected. They want a 10 of Pentacles. They want an easy life where they can live fast, a fast life. I keep hearing fast life. Like, they want everything to come to them by snapping their fingers. I'm sorry, only the Jinn can do shit like that. And the way that it comes to people is a way that they would never want it. So it's not like they're getting anything from this. They're learning a major lesson. Hopefully they won't do this in any other future lifetime, but you're not going to be around these people in the future. Have they been doing this before they met you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the people that are elders in this group have absolutely, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when they were in their youth, sacrificed people. So, yeah, absolutely. But the thing is that you have to come into you have to be in some type of communication, covenant, bond with these people for it to go through correctly. This is why these people go straight to sacrificing their family members. because they can't just go up. They know damn well that they have to like do a whole lot of extra shit to sacrifice somebody. And they usually, you would think that these people would pick people that are not in alignment, because you being in alignment is what's caused this whole timeline to shift. I literally feel like these people are going to be removed from your energy and from your timeline. Yeah, their money is being removed from this earth. These people are losing. They could also be facing prison time or jail time for already existing unalivings of people. All they can do is watch you succeed. King of Cups, because they were warned by people that were wise, that knew what type of shit they were on, and knew that these desires for all this physical bullshit is going to lead them down the wrong path. Yeah, they don't seem like the type of people to become successful. This is why a lot of the times when you're seeing a celebrity that you're like, what the fuck? How is this person even, how are they even a celebrity? Right? I've seen a few that I'm like, this no talent ass have a motherfucker. How did they get here? Sacrifice, rituals. Anybody can become famous through the right ritual. That's how people think. But what they can't do is beat Archangel Michael. That's what none of these people are going to be able to do. What they can't do is stop your spiritual team from avenging you. That's what they can't do. Two of Swords. These people are blocked. They're not going to know which way to go, what to do. I mean, they're already stuck. These people are losing whatever type of situation. Lodge is what I just heard. A lodge. Maybe they're losing some type of lodge or property. Some of these people are going to be homeless before too long. That's what I was seeing with the Five of Pentacles. They're on their way to homelessness. And literally, you're not ever going to be homeless. That's not your portion. Remember that you are protected. Your finances are protected. Your resources are protected. Your connection to God is protected. These people, they don't have any type of protection. Their protection is like working with some type of jinn that does not even like them. And they can make as many offerings, as many sacrifices as they need to, but this jinn is never going to touch you. It's never going to come for you. Five of Wands. These people were trying to be competitive with you. This is like so dumb. They're literally about to be permanently blocked from trying to compete with you. Because first of all, whatever this is that you're doing, if it's making music, if it's making art, if it's writing, whatever this is, if it's shamanism, you're supposed to be doing it. Like, it's part of your journey, actually. You were called. You answered the call. When the call came in, ring, ring, ring. Hello, it's God. Can you start using your gifts and abilities to help the collective? You were like, okay, sure. Absolutely, God. You answered the call. These people, they are called to do something, but they're not answering their own calling. They're trying to answer yours. And so they're not going to be rewarded the way that you're rewarded for you answering your calling. Your culture also calls them jinn. Yeah. They're like, they have the ability to grant people's wishes, but they're not going to grant somebody's wishes in a positive way. Okay. They're going to do it in the most fucked up way possible. Just like Wishmaster. If you guys haven't seen Wishmaster, you should at least watch a video about it, at least, so you can understand how these beings work. Because literally they'll give you your wish. Like for example, if somebody was like, oh, I wish for all peace on earth, the jinn and Wishmaster would be like, oh, no problem. I'll just get rid of all the people on the planet. And then there would be peace on earth. You know what I mean? So it's like, it'll give you what you're asking for. It'll twist your own words and your intentions against you so that you're not happy with the result. And it also feels like, you know, whenever these beings get ready, they can revoke that wish that you made and reverse all of it. So if somebody feels like they're getting away with something, these beings love to come rip the rug out from underneath them. The funny thing is that you guys are actually connected to a higher power. These people, they don't really believe, they believe the higher power is this jinn, and it's actually a lower vibrational energy. 10 of Wands. These people are going to be carrying burdens for many moons to come. And when they want to blame you for that, like this King of Swords and this King of Wands and this Knight of Swords is going to remind these people that the reason that they're carrying the 10 of Wands is because they decided to do this dumb shit. They decided that this was a good idea. This is why they're carrying a burden, literally. Because the 10 of Wands, if you look at this card, it's about picking. You could pick this burden up or you could put it down. These people could have put this whole ideology of getting rich quick schemes and scamming people and doing dumb shit. They could have put it to rest and dropped these sticks and walked away unburdened. But because they decided to continue moving forward, you know, with this dumb shit, they're going to be burdened for many moons to come. And I keep hearing that, like, literally, this energy that they're messing with does not care about humans, okay? Like, it doesn't care about any of us that are humans or even remotely human, okay? Now, the one thing I'm being shown is that some of you guys may be genetically connected to this genie. If that is so, then this genie is most likely going to take these people out. That's why I saw one of these people passing away, one of these younger people that did this. And yes, there are people on this planet that are jinns that are in the physical that can shapeshift into other creatures and shit like that. Just like I believe that the skinwalkers, the Lugaroos, that like there's a shapeshifter of every type of nationality. Like every culture on the planet has some type of shapeshifter. And there are many people who have encountered jinns who have dated them, who've gone out with them, who've known them. I used to know somebody that was a jinn that was connected. But yeah. And these people seem to get what they want. You know, it's because they can use their own ability. I feel like you guys are so intuitive that you're picking up what I'm throwing down with universal law and how these types of things could backfire. Yeah, because he definitely isn't remotely human. Exactly. Get help meth is a bad drug. I agree. I agree. 6 of Swords. These people might even be facing some type of, you know, spiritual court case and physical court case. This could be part of why they're being burdened. These people could be about to get sued. And I don't necessarily get that they're on meth or anything like that. No, I get that their drug of choice is like Freemasonry. As some type of magic that they do with Freemasons and the Illuminati. I'm literally getting that type of energy. And I don't feel like these people, you know, where these people are being drained out for everything. This is why they're going to be in the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, because they did this all out of boredom. I think if people were happy with themselves, to be quite honest, I think if they were happy with their own destiny and not like looking at your guys' shit and with coveting eyes, I think if they were happy with their own shit, they wouldn't have got bored with their own, you know, life. And they wouldn't have even if they were born into Luciferianism, they wouldn't have dabbled into this type of work, this type of spiritual shit, had they, you know, been minding their own business. But since they wanted to be, you know, since they wanted to literally mind your business for you, that's what they get. Literally. I feel like these people, they think that the answer, that's the thing that's going to make them happy is what's making you happy. And they're not understanding that you are filling your own cup of happiness. You're filling yourself up on the inside. And so, you know, you saw an entirely hovering over him at night. Yeah. Yeah. It was so ugly. Yes. Wow. A gremlin body. Interesting. It saw you and flew backwards and disappeared into the air. That is so creepy, but I thank you for sharing that. Yeah, this literally, these people, they're playing around with forces that they can't control. And so they're going to be under the control of this thing. They also are focusing only on material possessions. This is one reason why they have offended your spiritual team so greatly. Because they're doing all of this for the love of money, like the love of physical shit. Like, come on. There's nothing in this world that could be greater than the energy that God has. Four of Swords. These people, I'm not joking. Get out of here, insect. Slap those insects the fuck out. Okay? If these people were sending you monitoring spirits, every single monitoring spirit is going to die. Like, literally, they're going to pass away. All this hovering over you type of shit, this is over. Also, like, these people's resources are dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. What I'm literally seeing is like one of those old-fashioned cottages from back in the day, maybe in like ancient Appalachia, however you say that word. But I'm seeing one of these really old cabins, and how by on the other side of like where the stone, what are they called? The fire things in your house. Okay, it's not a fire case. What is it called? Why am I having a brain fart? So, what is it called? The Santa comes down it anyways. You know, Santa comes, the fireplace. So anyways, on the other side of the fireplace, I'm seeing wood, like how people would chop their wood for winter and then they would stack it. Chimney, thank you so much. On the other side of the chimney, how they would stock their wood like up. I am seeing like literally that the wood being stocked as high as it could be when they started this journey trying to mess with you. And now they're down to their last pieces of wood. And they can't just go out into like, it's not safe to go into the Appalachian Mountains. Like, it's just not. If you don't know the rules there, it's not safe. These people cannot just go out in the dead set of winter and go get themselves more wood. Like, they don't have the ability to go restock these resources. Not like you do. You can replenish anything. You have an Ace of Cups here. God is always going to make sure you have everything that you need and more. These people underestimated the power of the divine. I also feel like they're really stressed out because they don't know how they're going to make it through winter. Like, whose fault is that? Holy shit. I don't think that everybody is this foolish, though. Like, literally, I feel like there's a whole group of young people that belong to this cult or this coven or this practice, and only these two young people, the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, came forward as being ones that broke the rules. So it's you know, their mother is the Queen of Wands. These people, why I kind of feel like I don't really feel pity for them. I feel like they never got a good starting chance because their father was a warlock. Both these people that are young people, their father and their mother was a witch, their father was a warlock. These people's parents were witches and warlocks. They didn't instill any type of like traditional beliefs, any type of consequences. They didn't instill any type of fear into their children, that, you know, like the fear of God. Like, everybody should, when people go around to doing dirt to other people, they should really fear how that energy is going to come back to them. How the universe, how you think you can control the way you send shit out, but you do not control the way the universe gives that back to you. And you don't control when the universe decides to send it back to you. And so it's like crazy to me. I feel like these people were born into Luciferian or very dark households, and so they were not raised correctly. And, you know, that is the parents' fault. But at the same time, the parents were not, even though the parents are going to suffer for this, they were not the ones that summoned up this jinn. These younger people were. It feels to me like these people's parents, their parents are wiser in the fact that they did like one sacrifice when they were younger, and it's lasted them. They're not super rich. They don't have fame. They don't have abundant wealth, but they can survive, because they did one sacrifice. They're not like going sacrifice after sacrifice after sacrifice. So, it's really sad. I also feel like I feel like one of these younger people is going to try to poison their parent. They're going to literally try to put some like poisonous shit in their parents' food. And this parent that's a witch or a warlock is going to sniff out their child being on the devil time. They're going to sniff this energy out. And they're probably not going to eat that food, literally. I mean, when you're dealing with witches and warlocks that poison their own children's food, you think that they're going to be dumb enough to turn around and eat the food from the person that they just did that to? No, because they know how magic operates. They also understand the higher dimensions in the fact that you cannot just go around sacrificing any old person, especially why these people sacrifice somebody that was close to them, somebody that they know, somebody that they've done thorough divination on. And these younger people, they were like, just like, fuck divination. We'll just do the ritual and see if it works. Not thinking that, oh, if the ritual backfires, we're going to owe the djinn. And then when we owe the djinn, we have to sacrifice someone. And if we don't want to sacrifice ourselves, we have to give up a parent. These witches and warlocks are not new to this shit. They're going to pick up on that and they're going to like literally cancel it out. This is because you have an inheritance that comes from God. You will never understand how jealous you make people just because you exist. Just because you exist and you have a soul contract. I mean, it literally doesn't have to be any more than that. You could even be like, Astraea, I'm not even an attractive person. You could feel ugly as hell, and I don't care. You still shine bright like a diamond. You're still seen as a light to this world, a beacon of hope, somebody that's here to bring the truth out and to bring the truth to people. You're still somebody that is needed here. I'm also hearing that, you know, these people are going to be arguing over money. And this all started because they were obsessed with finances and obsessed with fame. They were looking at what your wheel of fortune, your destiny, and they became obsessed with something that would never belong to them. Oh, how can you spot witches and warlocks? So I just pick up things. And I've experienced a few of witches and warlocks throughout my lifetime, people doing witchcraft on me. But yeah, how you can spot them, when people are asking you things about, especially anything that goes into your birth chart, where you were born, what time you were born, what your name is, when they're asking you what you're working on, those are like monitoring spirits. Those are witches and warlocks. People that ask you very intimate details about your life, or they want to get really close to you, or they act like they have the same shit going on. They are very hidden. Yeah, this is why they join groups, literally, with the hopes to remain hidden. But yeah, you'll be able to see in your dreams as well who's a witch and who's a warlock. If somebody is trying to feed you something in the dream state, that person is a witch, because that seeing a black dog or seeing somebody trying to feed you something in the dream state, those are two, or trying to have sex with you. Those are like three things that indicate witchcraft for every person that's alive, because we all have a collective consciousness that has the same, like most people are afraid of snakes and spiders. That's something that's in our collective unconscious as a human race. So yeah, you'll be able to pick up on it. Also, when people have like really bad energy towards you, okay, you'll be able to pick up that they're working some type of magic. When you see people, if you're asking for certain blessings from the universe, and you hang around like a friend that every time you ask for a blessing, you see your friend get that blessing, then you're dealing with a witch. Like you guys will be able to know somebody that wants to possess your hair or any part of your DNA, you're dealing with a witch. You know, there's no reason to possess anybody's fucking hair, okay? Unless you're going to do a ritual with it. There's just no need. There's no need for that. Unless you're making wigs or some shit. Yeah, your ex-husband's mom always asked you really weird questions. And then she had terrible energy towards you. And you were probably picking up that she was, you know, maybe you didn't know to call it witchcraft, but doing manipulation, energy manipulation. Especially if you have a mother-in-law that's asking you Oh, when do you want to get pregnant? Do you want to have a baby? Like being really up in your business, you got to be like, okay, why is this person wanting to know everything about my life? And then also, when you guys tell people things about yourselves, like let's say that you get a new job and somebody's like, oh, where are you working at? Da 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 da. And you tell them, oh, I just got this new job. And then you lose that job. That is an indication that whoever you just told about it is working something against you. So know that things always happen for a reason. But there's always a bigger picture. There's always going to be a bigger picture. Oh my God, you found a dead chicken in your yard? Yeah, absolutely. And after the day after that, you wrecked your car. That is absolutely witchcraft. Yeah. Finding dead animals. I've had clients that have found dead rabbits in their house being left by people that are witches, dead rats and shit, dead snakes, all sorts of different things. They're literally being left in their houses, on their property, or around their property. And that is like anytime you find something dead, that is some type of sacrifice. And depending on what the animal is, like the person that was that sacrificed the rabbit and put that in somebody else's house, they wanted that person's fertility because rabbits represent luck and fertility. And so depending on what animal it is that you find, I'm not for sure what I think chickens represent, well, they do represent like health, I think. That's what I think. Because people that eat chicken, especially if they're eating like the white part of the chicken, the white meat, that's a very healthy thing. I'm also getting that chickens in different cultures can mean different things, but for some types of witchcraft, a sacrifice is a sacrifice. I mean, somebody could literally sacrifice a dove and try to cleanse themselves with it. But yeah, when you're finding dead animals on your property, around your property, or the bones of dead animals, and you know that there was not like 2 days ago in the place where there's bones, you know that there was not a carcass sitting there. That's when you need to go, okay, is somebody trying to work some weird ass shit on me? And if you ask the universe, you will receive a sign. If you guys ask the universe, is somebody trying to work something on me, and you see a bunch of crows or you see a bunch of ravens or any type of black bird, okay, that is a very big indicator that something is not right, because crows and ravens come before death comes. If you were to see vultures, okay, I know vultures are they're probably one of the ugliest birds, but if you were to see vultures, or when you ask that, if you were to get a bad smell, because witchcraft smells bad. It's got this like sewer death and shit smell. It literally does. And some people that they do the witchcraft, they can't get this smell off of them. That's another way that you can tell. 8 of Cups. See, these people are going to have to walk away from whatever they were doing up under the moon with these moon cycles. And they're going to have to walk away dissatisfied. I feel like you guys are becoming more aware. After you divorced, your house became infested with rats. Yes. And rats represent like literally everything a rat represents. Pestilence, disease, infection, It was a nightmare. You had to call pest control. Oh my gosh. Wow, you had never seen anything like that. That's witchcraft. That's when you start canceling and rebuking these people and whatever they're doing. Why witches and warlocks do not want you to know that magic is real, why they want you to stay ignorant to it and believe that it doesn't exist, is because then you'll never ask when shit starts to go bad in your life, when your health declines, when you wreck your car, when whatever happens, your house gets infested, you won't go, okay, is this witchcraft? Because the moment that you ask, is it witchcraft, you can do something about it right then and there. You can literally go, okay, this is not my energy. This is not my intention that I hold for myself. And I know that God loves me. So I cancel and rebuke this person, and I return all witchcraft and reverse it. Witches and warlocks don't want you to know that magic exists, because if you know about it, you'll be checking for it. And then they won't get away with it. And what these people are afraid of is you returning their energy back to them and it all going back. And another thing is, like, if you were to do a return to sender on somebody and let's say that you got in a car accident and you do a return to sender. Welcome in, Brenda. On the person, you could do it on known and unknown, seen and unseen enemies. You do a return to sender on that energy returns, and that person gets into a car accident. That is an indicator right then and there that, okay, what they were trying to send me, I almost got into an accident getting off the freeway, and like, you could be like in your own lane driving, and a big semi comes out of fucking nowhere, and you like swerve and almost get in an accident. That would be the time to be like, what was I thinking about? What was I believing in? Who was I around? And then if you can check all of the boxes of knowing what you were thinking about, and it's not that you're like, oh, I'm afraid to get in a car accident. It's not that you're creating it. You find out that it's an external energy, then you can reverse it and return it, and it'll go back on whoever did it. And that's what they don't want you to know, is that you can, by you praying over your life and speaking life into your life. I know that sounds weird, but speaking life into yourself, like, I am loving, I am alive, I am peaceful, I am connected to God. By you doing that, you're counteracting their evil intentions, literally. I am safe from all witchcraft. Nobody can put spells on me. And the thing is why does spell work why does the spiritual realm allow it to ever even go through? Why the spiritual realm allows it to go through is because sometimes being put up under a spell could be the one thing that awakens you from the matrix. Because when you start to have things going on that are not positive in your reality, then you'll start to go within and look for the answers. And you'll find out that it's magic. And through going through that experience, you'll develop a spiritual connection with God. That's why the divine realm allows it to happen, but only to a certain degree. Once you have gone through that awakening and you've taken your power back, and you call your energy and your power back to you, then these people are no longer have a purpose. Their purpose has already been fulfilled, basically. I also feel like these people were trying to isolate you because they thought that it would make you weaker, and it made you guys stronger. Being in the hermit mode made you actually stronger. 9 of Wands. These people are going to be trying to defend their point of view for a very long time to come. And so how can we get rid of witchcraft? Well, first of all, if you stay prayed up, if you continually develop your spiritual connection, I suggest that you guys get the Truth of God, the book there's a book in my description box, and do the God technique and the mind technique and the joy versus anger technique, so that you can ask, is this witchcraft, and get an immediate answer back from your higher self, so that you can go through the beliefs that you have and get rid of anything that is no longer serving you, and so that you can enter into the perspective that God has, so that you can see things from, a higher perspective, basically. But yeah, so literally, when you know how to sniff it out, like, I had a friend that I was friends with for a very long time that she was like a hairstylist, and things started they were always going wrong. Ever since I knew this person, things were always going wrong, but I didn't figure out till literally almost 15 years later that there was witchcraft involved with this person, and they were cutting my hair. And they even told me when they saved my hair, I was like, what? You saved my hair? Like, who the fuck does that? So I knew right then and there that shit was not. And then they were taking opportunities, and I was like, oh no. But the thing is that even the opportunity that I thought that person stole from me was a 10 of Wands. It was complete burdens. So I'm like, oh, so God basically allowed this person to come in and do this shit so I could become aware of it. And then when they decided to take something from me, all they inherited was the burdens that I had. Like, literally, that's how God sometimes allow things to work out, is that when they try to take something from you, all they get is negative karma. They have to go through, because for somebody to actually become you, they would have to go through everything you've ever been through, and then they would have to actually survive it. Okay. And that's not something that everybody can just do. And so, yeah, I called my energy and my power back to me. And at the point where I was at, when I realized the witchcraft was being done, my mental health had deteriorated Like I had gone through so much bullshit. I couldn't live a normal life anymore because it was being repetitively done. And so when I started the reversing process of it and just gave it to God, basically it reversed. And now that person still has to carry those burdens and I don't. And I can be in a better position to be able to help people. So just know that even if you feel like somebody took something from you, they didn't, okay? All they took was something that probably, if they were able to take it, it wasn't meant for you. Whether it's a person, yeah, this King of Pentacles energy is somebody that is always trying to make a deal. All of these people are going to be wounded from attempting to do this. I also feel like, I just feel like this whole situation could have been avoided. Two of Pentacles, you guys may get some news about this, literally. You may get some news. Like somebody could let you know, oh, so-and-so got in a car wreck, or so-and-so, you know, their kids got taken from them. You may get some type of like being informed that somebody has lost something. That will be your sign that these people are now getting their shit. I don't think you guys should be concerned with it because you're already winning. You're getting a level up while these people are getting, you know, thrown in the gutter where they belong. Yeah, your guys' projects will come to fruition. So whatever you're working on, keep going. You may get some good news that a project that you completed is now ready to be, you know, sold, or you're ready to gain the rewards from that. And my nose keeps itching. Let me just ask, what does it mean when your nose itches? Spiritual meaning of when your nose itches.
An itchy nose can often mean someone is thinking about you, or that company is coming. It could also mean you'll receive a kiss. However, some beliefs suggest it might mean you're about to get angry or have an argument. For medical advice or a diagnosis, consult a professional.
Wow. Interesting. That's interesting. So we pulled our nose at the same time. Yeah, that's definitely an intuitive thing. It really is. So let's see what else. Okay, so the Two of Cups is just giving me double, triple, quadruple confirmation here. You are sniffling from allergies. Yo, it would be interesting if we're done with this reading, if the allergies clear themselves up. That would be really interesting because I feel like this is definitely a sign. I'm also getting here that if you feel like if you feel like you've made mistakes in the past, you're just being told that you are already forgiven. Like there's nothing that's being held over your head. There's no sin you've committed that would make you worthy of going through this type of shit. Sometimes you guys have just encountered people who are bad people, and then what they have intended for you was bad, and so you experience bad things. But once you get these people out of your life, your life clears up and your energy clears up. I feel like you guys don't have bad energy. On a day-to-day basis, you guys are in higher spirits. You're morally optimistic than pessimistic. And these people are facing some type of imprisonment. This could literally be spiritual jail, which could look like a coma. It could look like being paralyzed, okay? When people abuse their free will to the point where the universe has to act. These people could be going to physical jail as well. That's kind of sad. They doomed their own destiny before they could even get to the good part of their lives. Yeah, because they were trying to put themselves first with this self-preservation energy. The Five of Swords is about trying to save. It's like trying to... The Five of Swords is about self-preservation, but it also is about people thinking that shit is unfair. These people could feel like, my gifts are being taken from me. I can't tap into the spirit anymore. I can't tap in and do this witchcraft anymore. This is unfair. It's not really unfair. They're just being blocked. The outcome of this may seem unfair, but is it actually unfair? No, it's not actually unfair. It's just cause and effect. These people should have known, you know what I mean? They should have known that there was a possibility that this shit would not go through. They did know that. They just didn't think that it would happen. Yeah, they're being publicly shamed, these people. Oh, swiping spirit. Yeah, no, that's not possible. I mean, what people will attempt to do is throw their negative karma on you and then walk away with your good energy. Okay? Some of you guys are just dealing with people that are psychic vampires that drain your energy out. But yeah, it's not possible to take your soul to do a soul switch. That's not possible. And I don't think there's any type of magic that could make it possible, to be quite honest. So how I've removed witchcraft basically is through prayer, through positive affirmation, through taking spiritual baths, through drinking blessed tea, fasting. Fasting works really good, especially if you've ingested the witchcraft. If you've ingested the witchcraft, a spiritual fast is going to really help. Let's see what else. Yeah, spiritual baths are a really important thing as well. Meditation, raising my vibration, and the easiest part is knowing that once you become aware of it, you can sniff it out and it can't affect you. Okay, so let's get a conclusion. What do we need to know moving forward? Yeah, the fact that you have isolated yourself from people, places, and things that no longer serve you goes to show that you're willing to put yourself first in a way that's not destructive to other people. And so you being in hermit mode is not going to be a permanent thing, but it is something that's necessary for you to bring these projects that you've completed to the forefront so that you can actually gain off of them. What does what mean? But yeah, I feel like the Hermit is not a bad card. It's people look at it as like, oh, somebody's a recluse. Like you guys are not recluses. You just walked away from people that don't serve you. So these people are judging you like you're a recluse. But the Hermit is somebody that can go within and find the answers to problems. Oh, being an energy vampire. Okay, so people who drain other people of their energy, they're called energy vampires, which means that their energy is depleted in some type of way due to some type of negative behavior. And I will say sin, like it could be something that they're doing that's bad that's causing it. Give me 1 second, you guys. Okay. So there's different types of energy vampires. From my experience working at the Crystal Ray, people would come in. Welcome in, Maurice. People would come into the store and they would not know what crystal that they would need. And so we would read their energy and then we would find what crystal it is. And each crystal is used for a different purpose. Like every crystal has different purposes, or it has different uses, I should say, different energies, but each crystal has a best of. And so on the cards that I would write for the descriptions, we would find out the best thing. Okay, so prehinite, the crystal prehinite, Prehinite. That one is good for people who are financial vampires. So like if you have somebody that's draining out your finances, that person could be going through addiction problems. Okay, they could be asking for money, they could be in debt, in poverty, or they could have money spending problems. Somebody that's draining you of your finances, that's a financial vampire. Somebody that's draining you of your life force energy, the energy that creates your ability to stay alive. Okay, that the best crystal against life force energy vampires is sunstone. Okay, Sunstone. And the best general crystal for any type of vampirism is called arfvedsonite. It's a really weird word. It's ARFVEDSONITE. Yes, you can mix these crystals if you want. Absolutely. The only crystal that I would say you shouldn't mix with other crystals would be moldavite because of the way that it works. But yeah, you could get a bracelet for each and every one of these crystals, and what it will do is it will block out people from being able to drain your energy. So yeah. Yeah, and a lot of narcissists are psychic vampires, emotional so the best for, against psychic sexual vampires, people that are like incubuses and stuff, is hypersthene. Okay, so it's hyper, HYPERSTHENE. Just make sure that that's it. Hyper. Yeah, HYPERSTHENE, hypersthene. That's the best one against sexual vampires. And what else? What other type of vampires is there? Oh, there's mental vampires, people that drain you of your mental energy. Okay. Yellow topaz is a good one for that. And yellow quartz is another one that's really good for that. But yeah, there's people who will drain you emotionally, of your emotional energy. And I think it's mermaid aura quartz that is the best for that. So kind of some different crystals that you may want to think about getting depending on if you feel like you're being drained in a specific type of way. Yeah, yellow topaz, yellow quartz is really good one. So, but if you don't know how you're being drained, our Vedsanite is going to be probably your go-to, and you can get that fairly cheap. Like the thing is, you guys have to understand how crystals work. If you buy a crystal, and like let's say you buy like a tower or a sphere or any type of crystal, it could be even like a palm stone or a tumbled stone. If you buy a crystal and then you take it home and you're out living your best life, out in town, shopping, etc., that crystal cannot, it's not doing anything for you if it's sitting at your house. Okay, the only crystal with that exception that can do something from you for you from being far away is clear quartz crystal, and it's got to be programmed with intention to be working for you while you're not there. Okay, and long distance. But every other crystal, it's got to be within your arm's length. That's basically your energy field as far as your arms can reach. So you could put it, if you don't want to get like a bracelet or a ring or a pendant, you could put the crystal in your purse, and carry that, or in your bra, or like a lot of people would put the crystals in their bra or in their pocket. You could do that. Just make sure that you're aware that it's in your pocket, that you're not throwing your pants in the washer, because I've done that so many times and been like, it clank, clank, clank in the washing machine, and like, oh shit, there's a crystal in here. But yeah, so it's got to be, within your arm's length for it to be working. Okay. And then also a lot of crystals, with the exception of citrine and selenite, are the two crystals that do not pick up negative energy. So the way that all other crystals work is they'll take the energetic hit for you. Okay, this is why a lot of people, when they work with rose quartz, it'll crack or it'll break. Anytime a crystal cracks, that's not a good sign. So you want to have selenite. Selenite can clear, cleanse, and charge a crystal within 5 seconds. And you take a piece of selenite and you take whatever crystal that you're working with and you put it next to or right on the selenite, and count to 5, and it is cleared and charged the energy. Why I don't think that using the sun or the moon is good to charge or cleanse crystals is because, one, if you've got a really pretty crystal and you put it out in the sun, the sunlight is going to bleach that crystal and take the color out of it. And you need, like, like the minerals that are in the crystals, sometimes they come with a color because that color will work with the chakra. So you'll want it to retain its color so it can retain its potency. When people use the moon, you don't want to have to wait till the fucking next full moon to be able to cleanse or charge a crystal. And to be honest, anytime I've ever experimented with working with the moon, whether it's moon water or charging crystals, it just does not. It is not like selenite. It's just selenite is like a super crystal. Selenite never has to be cleansed, and it never has to be cleared. It never has to be charged. It's always doing that. Citrine doesn't cleanse crystal energies, but it doesn't pick up negative energy. So that's why citrine is a really good one for abundance and, yeah, prosperity and abundance. But yeah, that's how crystals work. So you just need to know a little bit about them. And crystals are not to take the place of you doing the spiritual work. Crystals will help you because they're a tool, like any other tool. Just like tarot is a tool, just like sound is a tool, just like taking a spiritual bath, that's all tools. You know, there will be a little portion of whatever's going on that you need to resolve within yourself of why you drew that situation in, why you drew in somebody that would come in to drain you of your finances, to drain you of your psychic abilities, that type of thing. You can bury them in the ground with a box of salt to clean them too. Yeah, I've never done that. I would definitely, that's too much work for me. I'm like, what can get it done the fastest, the most efficient way? Selenite is like the greatest gift to mankind. I literally know it to be true. I had a truly spiritual experience the first time I worked with selenite, and I was like, this crystal is magical. And then when I got to working with moldavite, I was like, oh, I thought selenite was magical. Damn, moldavite's magical. Because moldavite, because it comes from outer space, basically what moldavite is millions of years ago in the Czech Republic, a meteor, some type of space object came down, crashed into the Czech Republic, and the substance that moldavite has created, that is moldavite. Yeah, you have to be careful of which crystals you run underwater. I've never been able to clear a crystal with just water. But yeah, some crystals like halite, some crystals like even selenite you can put in water, but it will dissolve over time, so you just need to be aware. I would not keep crystals in your bathroom. But yeah, if you want to have an experience with a crystal, I would start with selenite and see how you do with that, how it feels to you. Because moldavite, what it does, like moldavite is from it's either from outer space or another planet. Again, we weren't here millions of years ago to know exactly what hit the earth and how it created. But what happened was something came down from space, and it is a higher vibration than anything on this planet. So when you hold moldavite, there's a thing that's called moldavite flush. You guys should research it. It's when your body will get heated up and you'll feel like you've had too many cups of coffee. That's the best way I can explain it. And you'll feel this like nervous energy because the crystal you're holding or that you've got in your energy field is so high vibrational that it flushes your frequency and it releases those lower vibrations. So there's a lot of people that will talk shit on moldavite because either they've gotten a bad crystal or they had too much trauma that when they were holding the moldavite, it raised them out of the frequency, out of their trauma. So all of this gunk that would be like, it's like garbage that needs to be thrown away, comes to the surface, and they're forced to deal with a whole bunch of energetic trauma at one time. So that's why some people will be like, oh, moldavite's the devil. I got a piece of moldavite and it fucked my life up. And it's like, okay, well, you're trying to raise your frequency, but your thoughts and beliefs and your actions weren't matching the new frequency. And so it caused all of your trauma to resurface. And then you didn't, instead of healing from it, some people think they can just get a crystal and the crystal will fix it. The crystal can do a lot of things, but it cannot take care of 100% of the issue. And so that's why knowing how to use them is important. When I work with moldavite, it will flush my system so quickly. confirmation that I will like literally get it out of my energy frequency after I go through a flush, because what happens is your vibration raises to a new level point to where you'll never go back to that old vibration ever again. That's why Moldavite's so powerful. And the thing is that the Czech Republic knows the power of this crystal. When they talk about the emerald tablets, they're talking about Moldavite, like things written, the Book of Hermes, the emerald tablets were written on Moldavite, not emerald. And so literally it is an ascension stone, and it will help you raise your vibration, and it will flush your system. And when you get that feeling of like it, like to me it's like an uncomfortable feeling, it's like being too hot, then I just go, okay, now I'm done working with it. And sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes 10 minutes, but that's how you can tell that you have an authentic, Moldavite. Yeah, hematite is really good for reflecting bad energies back to the center. Really good. And quartz can be programmed. You guys, if you're interested in creating a crystal grid, I suggest the like, from me working at the Crystal Ray, what I found out worked the best was Metatron's cube. Okay, it's like a sacred geometry, and then you get a bigger quartz piece of quartz crystal, at least the size of your thumb, okay? At least the width and the length of your thumb, and you program that so that when you put other crystals in the Metatron's cube, so you can program your programming stone, which is your clear quartz crystal. You hold it in your hand and you speak only what you want it to do. Okay, so I put like this crystal is creating a grid with Metatron's cube, amplifying, because any crystal that you add to quartz, that you put next to quartz, the quartz will amplify the energies and the field of that crystal. So yeah, any crystal that you put next to clear quartz is going to amplify that. Okay, so just know that. Then you get other crystals that you want, like that have properties that you want in your home, and you put the programming crystal in the center of the grid on Metatron's cube, and then you put these other crystals, like let's say you want to bring in more unconditional love, get a rose quartz. Then you tap that rose quartz on the clear quartz crystal, and you're just basically putting the intention that this is going to amplify this energy for my home. It's going to create a grid. And when you say this, you're going to say, I only allow in positive. Anything that's not positive, I only allow in positive. You're going to basically say, I am safe and I am protected, and this energy grid only allows positive to come in. And then if you want abundance in a certain area, you get a citrine and you put that there. If you want good luck, you get a green aventurine. You can put that also, because Metatron's cube has got quite a few little circles in it that you can put crystals throughout the grid, and it'll put a circular grid around your house. And so that is what I recommend. If you're struggling with psychic vampirism, our Fedsanite. If you want to have more control over your third eye, I would say purple jade. There also, if malachite is a very good crystal to work with when you're wanting to heal something, but it is toxic. So make sure you guys research crystals when you buy them. And because you can make a crystal elixir, which is water and crystals combined, like with you blessing the water, blessing the crystals. Like you can make a beauty elixir with rose quartz and water, but you cannot add what was I just saying, a malachite. You can't add a malachite crystal to it because it's toxic. So you just have to research the different crystals that you're getting, so that you know that some of them have the ability to be toxic if you were to digest them. Okay, but yeah, so that's how I would work with the crystal grid. And selenite is a very good starting point. That's kind of where I started. when I went into the crystal ray and I was like, what's the best stone for me? It was selenite, because I needed to learn how to clear my energy. You can clear a lot of things. Like literally, if you feel like any object is cursed or haunted, I would put selenite on it. Black obsidian is really good for absorbing negative energies and for taking a hit, like anything that gets sent to you. Um, snowflake obsidian is really good for counteracting chaos. Is there a crystal for negativity? I don't think that, I don't believe, I know that people can curse crystals, but I don't think that there is a crystal that is just negative. So I think that they're just minerals, and whatever we project onto them is what we'll get back from them. But yeah, they're just minerals, and each crystal works in a different type of way. I mean, they all work in a similar way, but the energies of each crystal will work on a different part. And then there are crystals that have records on them that you can literally, the earth has stored rainbow codes, downloads, like DNA, like spiritual stuff inside these crystals, and you can swipe those records and, you know, basically get all of the wisdom from that crystal and all of the codes and all of their, like, there's even been fifth dimensional beings that are trapped inside of crystals. If you're wanting true love, cherry quartz is really good. I was talking about negativity and you were asking, yeah. So there's not a crystal that's negative, but the best crystal that I would say to use when you're dealing with negativity is selenite, because selenite will never absorb negativity. It'll always only clear it. So yeah. And of course, you guys know that sage does work as well. There are some people that believe sage summons demons. I have never, ever had that experience, okay? Like, I will tell you that sage will get rid of disembodied spirits and dead entities, people who have not crossed over. But when it comes to facing like a high-ranking demon, I don't think that sage is going to do anything. I don't think it summons them. I don't think that it's doing anything negative. I just think that for some beings, it doesn't work. But Palo Santo, on the other hand, is a sacred holy wood. Dragon's blood, frankincense, myrrh, those are all untaintable things that you can burn. Even camphor crystals have a superpower of their own. So those are all crystals that you can burn. And again, remember, if you guys are wanting to break witchcraft and you're doing fasts and stuff like that, start eating simple meals. When you start to come off the fast, start by eating a bag of carrots, okay? And then see how your body feels. And always ask yourself mugwort is a very powerful, yeah, it's mugwort. If you get it in it's like a sage bundle, but it's called black sage. The black sage is not actually sage, it's actually mugwort. Mugwort is a great cleanser. Yeah, I don't know anything about roof seeds. I'll have to look that up. And angelica root is something that's also untaintable. You know, you guys can boil herbs with water and add salt and pray over that, and then sprinkle that water around your house, and that will create another layer of protection. When it comes to burning things, when you're working with sage and Palo Santo and any other, eucalyptus, anything that you're burning, basically when it comes to incense is used to attract things to you, to draw things. Sage and all of these other additives are used to expel things that are away from you. So know that you can go through your house with sage and stuff first, but if you're saging your house and you're only getting part of your house, whatever's there could move to a different room. Yeah, I tell people to go, when they would come into the crystal ray, I would have this sheet of paper that is basically, I'm like, use your phone, take a picture of the sheet of paper, because it has this whole like smudging ritual. It's not really a ritual, it's just an instruction sheet. But how to smudge your home: you go to the left rear corner of your house and you open up all of the cupboards, you open up your closet. If it's a bedroom, you open up the drawers, and you make sure that, this is why when you start to sage, you can either get a sage bundle, which is like sage, and sometimes it'll have an additive with it, like sage and Palo Santo, or sage and mugwort, sage and eucalyptus. you'll go through and you'll sage, but when you're doing that, sometimes you'll see people that are saging, they have abalone shells. They're like these really beautiful, very colorful shells. And then inside the abalone shell, they'll have some sand. And on top of the sand, they'll have a charcoal. And then they'll put the sage on top of the charcoal to burn it. And they'll take a feather and they'll fan the smoke to the corners of the room. You always want to like leave a window open or open a door at the end so that if anything is in there that's trapped, it can get out. But yeah, you'll just go basically clockwise from the left part of your house, the left rear part of your house, and you go through your whole house. If you got it upstairs, I would do the upstairs first and then do the downstairs. But basically, you cleanse it out with sage. You make sure that the sage gets everywhere. Okay. And then if you're going to go through with Palo Santo, like you have it separately, then you want to go through with Palo Santo. Palo Santo will help draw in, because what sage does is it neutralizes both positive and negative energies. So it just wipes everything completely out. So then you can go back in with whatever your additive is, like Palo Santo, if you're needing healing, eucalyptus, whatever it is that you're wanting to add back into the air, into the atmosphere. And then, or myrrh calls in positive energies, and then you'll go through the house. And it's not as important to get the additive into every part of the room, because just burning the additive is usually really powerful, but it is important when you're saging to get the sage everywhere. And so yeah, I would definitely work with those things, and know that you can boil some mugwort in a pot of water and add it to your bathtub. And you can also do peppermint leaves and add that to your bathtub, and that will remove negativity. Also, mugwort is a big third eye opener, so you may have a psychic experience or a dream. It's very good for dream work. Like a lot of people that work with mugwort, they know that it's really good for working with dreams. And for those of you that are trying to remove anger or negative karma from a situation, drinking chamomile tea is really good for uncrossing. Uncrossing basically means you're removing the crossness, which is whatever upsetness there is. And some people, they'll get crossed by actually doing something wrong, like stealing somebody's boyfriend. That's one way to cross somebody, to piss somebody off. But sometimes you'll just piss somebody off and you'll not know why they're so pissed off, why they're so cross with you. Usually it's because in another lifetime, there was something similar to what happened in this lifetime that triggered them, and they never got over it in that lifetime. So that energy just ends up coming back to the surface. So that's when people try to cross your roads and do that type of shit. Yeah, that's you basically, by you digesting the herbs and cooking with them. Rose petals are very good for love. But yeah, when you work with the herbs and stuff like that, they're very powerful. And, salt is also a very good cleanser. And so I would work with all of these things. Adding salt to the bathtub. Pink Himalayan salt is really good for the aura. Epsom salt's really good for the inner bodies. And sea salt is also very powerful as well. Oh, you're an herbalist with a fucking insect? I'm going to get all of them. I'm like, whatever that was. Nice. In horticulture. Interesting. That is so cool. So you know what I'm talking about, how powerful plants are. Plant medicine is a real thing. All right, you guys. Thank you. Am I a witch? No, I don't consider myself to be a witch, but I do consider myself to be a psychic and a healer, and I'm a holy fire Reiki practitioner. So that's kind of the realms of things that I work with. I do work with creating my own type of like spells or rituals, however you want to say that, but it's always focused on myself. It's never focused on anybody else, because in my bigger picture, if I'm going to do any type of ceremony or prayer or cleansing or burning a candle, it's going to be for me. It's not going to be for nobody else, unless somebody else comes to me and is like, will you pray for me or whatever? Then I'll, do it for them if they ask. But yeah, that's the way that I've been able to help myself and not hurt other people. And so I don't consider people who work with herbs to be witches. I consider people who abuse their spiritual abilities and their spiritual power that they were given at birth or obtained through some type of demon or some shit. I consider those people to be witches. So I have a different perspective, but you know, everybody's entitled to the way that they look at things. All right, you guys, thank you for being here with me. I love you so much. Peace be with you. Have a wonderful evening, afternoon, night, whenever you are watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Make sure you like this video, tap the notification bell so you're notified of when I go live, and make sure you're subscribed and watch the readings on this platform and on my other platform. Each reading is going to hold a bunch of Easter eggs for you to decode your own spiritual journey. Okay. Thank you guys for liking the video. I appreciate you so much. God bless you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.